Oui. C'est quoi ça?
T'as filmé? Oui. T'as vu les trucs qui se sont séparés?
Oui. Калейдоскопе.
Hier gewoon een zwart stip.
Really?
Ja, kijk. Goed kijken, kijk. Een zwart stip.
Oh, dat is van vaag. Jammer. En als je uitzoomt, dan helemaal uitzoomt. En dan zie je het helemaal niet meer.
En nou wit. Nou weer wit. Ligt aan mij of wordt mijn beeld, mijn gezicht ook heel bazig? Als ik dan het probeer naar te kijken.
Ja.
Ja, hè?
Ja.
Hij wordt weer wit.
Dat heb je er dan wel op staan.
Nou,
Jammer
nou,
dat je dat blauw er niet op hebt. Dit is echt wel vaag.
Nou, ik wil de camera dat hier wit is. Dan is het nog weer met het blauw. Hoop ik. Wordt blauw van de camera van?
Ja, telefoonscherm als het
Dude, what the fucking pen is die, hè? En dan gaat hij omlaag. Oké, focus. Hij gaat omlaag. Hij gaat omlaag.
Maar dat is wel heel laag, hè?
Ja. Dat niemand dat ziet.
Hij verdwijnt achter de boom.
Hij is weg achter de boom. Hier, nou is hij blauw. Ik zie hem nog.
Een klein stukje. Soms zie je hem tevoorschijn komen.
Ja.
Oh, nu weer wit. Huh? Wat gek?
Kijk op weg, wat?
En weer blauw. En weer wit.
Oh, interessant.
En weer blauw.
En nou zie je blauw. De camera is nog steeds wit. Hoe dan?
Huh?
De camera is nog steeds wit. Nee, wij zien gewoon blauw.
De kleuren zijn gewoon niet goed op de camera. En weer naar beneden. Could it be a drone?
Nee.
No, it can't be.
Drones bewegen niet zo.
Maybe it's that far away that it just has a light and you can only see the light.
Kan. Nee, maar ik vind het wel apart. Kijk hoe die weegt, helemaal weg van de boom.
En weer blauw.
Kijk hoe snel het gaat, dat kan geen drone zijn, die gaan niet zo snel toch? Zo ver is die.
Epic.
Kijk dan, hij gaat best ver.
Epic. Epic.
Kijk nou is die blauw.
En weer.
Dat is best ver hoor, ik wil kijken eens maar uitzoomen.
Wat is dat?
Dat gaat op ufomeltpunt.nl. Dit is het. Ik wil even focussen, maar ik ga niet. Het is veel te ver. Dit is helemaal blauw nou. Als ik nou probeer naar te kijken, maar mijn zicht een beetje blurry. Nou zie je weer.
Mijn zicht wordt nog blurrier.
Ik ga stoppen met filmen dan, want ik wil mijn flash erop gaan lezen. En nou is het echt het gebouw. Die gebouw daar. Daar.
Maar waarom zou die daar blijven hangen?
Ik heb geen idee. Maar kijk, hier heb je ook nog die zwarte ding, maar dan zie je daar de driehoek. Wat is de driehoek daar?
Nee man, dat is een...
Ja. Als dat een vlieger is, wat is dat dan daar?
It's gone, it's gone.
Als dat een vlieger is, hij is zo net helemaal rechts. En dan is hij helemaal daar. Een vlieger kan toch niet zo'n grote afstand afleggen? Nee.
What in the hell?
I thought it was a bird for about a minute. It's right on the edge of that pink cloud. Trying to blend. Metal clouds.
Where I point to?
The two metal clouds where the sun is. That's why you can't see it, because it's in that way.
some good ones of it, especially when it hit the blue there. I wonder if this thing took it.
Into it again.
Well, I can't see it now, but it was right in the sun.
In the sun?
Yeah. Right in that, between those two dark clouds, there was a sun right there, and that's when I couldn't see it. I thought it was kind of going this way, but it didn't.
What the f is that?
I don't know. I thought it was a bird. I'm thinking in my mind, I go, did he put his drone up? Well, first I thought it was a bird, and I go, it's not flying.
What you've just witnessed is actual video of an anti-gravity craft captured firsthand by UFO seekers. Now when we analyze the photograph closer, we can see a rectangular box on the left-hand side. Is this where they store electronics? Now when we look at the upper portion, we can see an antenna coming off. If this was a balloon string, it would be hanging downward with gravity. And then when we look around the object, you can see a transparent halo. We believe this is some type of energy field caused by the anti-gravity technology. That's how it floats through the air using that force field. Now we can even see these minor details when we look at an inverted view of the picture. Now when we look from the side and close up, you can actually see the landing feet. Do you see that at the bottom? Now, while I was manning the video camera, Tracy was taking photographs. She took photographs the whole time, and that was lucky because the photographs came out way better than the video. I had trouble. This was one of our first investigations, and I accidentally had the camera on autofocus, which is the reason the object keeps coming in and out on the videos. But as we can see on the photo,
the specific areas where the two intersect are the mysterious triangle regions off Bermuda, Japan, and Australia.
I think it's about time that somebody does go into this thing instead of just sitting sadly and saying it doesn't exist, or saying supposedly go ahead and prove it.
According to Sanderson, this link is no coincidence. He believes that the unusual magnetic hotspots on Earth and high number of USO sightings are connected, and for a reason. In fact, some USO researchers have interpreted the vortices as likely locations of USO bases.
Where he began to think about underwater bases. Are they aliens from outer space? Are they really interacting with us?
And I believe that over time, at various times, there have been concentrated areas of extraterrestrial facilities that are based underwater, very deep and undetectable, where they've been observing what we're doing.
USOs might be indigenous to planet Earth. They were even here before we were.
A remarkable yet virtually forgotten USO case from Sanderson's research is the mysterious St. Andrew incident off the coast of Nova Scotia, Canada, on October 30th, 1906.
One of the great cases from the early part of the 20th century is the SS St. Andrew. She was a vessel that was crossing the Atlantic on her way to Hamburg. She was off Halifax when not only her crew, but passengers aboard that ship sighted a UFO.
Sanderson reports that at 4:30 p.m. the ship was bombarded by a huge flaming object that zigzags through the sky, falls into the water, and disappears. But according to his reports, it couldn't have been a meteor, because meteors do not zigzag and move with apparent intelligent control. The story was even covered in the New York Times. First Officer V.E. Spencer says, quote, "I have seen meteors all over the world, but never such a large one as this." Throughout Sanderson's career, a cloud of mystery drifted around him.
Sanderson was a part of the British Intelligence Service, but what we're really cloudy about is a lot of his friends were in the OSS, which was the precursor to the CIA. And then, as we can tell from some of his books, Sanderson had a direct connection to the Office of Navy Intelligence and was getting information from them.
Until his death in 1973, Sanderson traversed the globe in search of underwater submerged objects. Today, some USO experts believe his research was provided to him by highly placed government sources.
Many of us wonder, was Sanderson still in the intelligence services. Was he still going on some of his expeditions, some of his explorations, and using part of what he was doing to feed back to his old friends in intelligence services, but also getting new information for his books from them too.
At the end of his life, weakened by cancer, Sanderson fell victim to friends and enemies alike who coveted his research.
A lot of people would back their station wagon up to his bunkhouse and said they were going to borrow files and never brought them back.
Speculation continues in various circles about whether secret government operatives removed Sanderson's files, thereby destroying the best cache of deep-sea UFO evidence ever collected.
In the beginning, Ivan Sanderson was thinking about USOs as creatures that were in the air, that came into water. Towards the end of his career, he also had to engage in thinking about them as possibly intelligent craft from outer space.
Coming up, an eyewitness report of two massive disc-like objects emerging from an Australian lagoon and leaving evidence in its wake. According to experts, one of the most impressive traits of USOs is their ability to affect, change, and displace the surface of the water, in much the same way that UFOs in our skies reportedly generate similar crop circles on land.
An interesting aspect of USOs is the fact that they leave a physical presence on the water.
USOs create the same kind of effect over water, over ice, so there's a real similarity between the physical trace evidence of a USO landing and a UFO landing on planet Earth.
It's like if you took a glass and you stuck it in water, right? Well, now you have a hole in the water.
To USO researchers, the most impressive and well-publicized water crop circle case is the Tully water nest case, which occurred in northern Australia in January 1966.
This Tully's Nest story was one of the most publicized USO/UFO events in Australia. In fact, it had much the same kind of publicity that Roswell had here in the United States because everybody was involved, the military, the newspapers. It became a tourist attraction. People made pilgrimages to Tully's Nest to see where the USO came out of the water.
Over the past decade, Australia
Y cómo no, si además lograron atestiguar cómo la figura cambió repentinamente de color, de negro a rojo. Fue entonces cuando algunos comenzaron a sugerir que se trataba de una bruja. En medio del misterio, a la mente de Jerónimo y sus compañeros vino un caso que les erizó la piel por las similitudes con lo que acababan de presenciar.
Picture of an unexplained being lurking on the side of a road. The person who posted it claimed it was taken near Liebrook and Counselor, which is near the Jicarilla Reservation. The story claims that a geologist was working in an oil field in the area, saw something odd, and decided to take a heat signature of it. This is it. The next day, the geologist suddenly quit. The story spread like wildfire, people saying, seriously freaking out, "Yikes, I'm driving through there tomorrow. That picture scares the bleep out of me." And Skinwalker, referring to the Native American legend.
And either he left this bloody drawing or the first did. Another man you'd expect for a holding man.
Which was brought to life by New Mexico author Tony Hillerman. According to legend, a Skinwalker is a person with a supernatural ability.
Sí. ¿Dónde?
For balloons. Hundreds of them. There's a cluster of 3 doing this. Now there's one flying in between the other 2. And I'm watching. These are not balloons. Now there's one flying in between the other 2. I'm watching. These are not balloons. These are not balloons, people. This is... They're extremely high up.
UFO. Is it a drone?